Hi everyone, it's Kaycee, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Also the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So we're back here with another current household. And Adeline's face right here is a whole mood. As you guys saw from the little animatic in the beginning, Adeline went to go settle things with Everson, tell him that she didn't want to be with him anymore, and she walked in on Everson doing what Everson be doing, which is, woohooing up the place. So she, even though the plan was to break up with him because she wanted to be with Kalani, she is still feeling heavily angry. Like, look at sis down here in the corner, angry as all get out. She's got a couple muleteer caught romantic interest with someone else from witnessing romantic interest cheating, unfaithful love from jealousy. Adeline's significant other has cheated on her and she thought the relationship was heading somewhere. Did she though? And I think, okay, she's got this breakup one to end the relationship. I will just focus on the good memories, which she's got plenty of good memories to have with Connie. But anyway, as she came out here on this trip with Kalani, this is supposed to be Kalani's celebratory vacation for graduating from uni, and to the Triplets celebratory trip for getting into uni. So unfortunately, I don't actually know the results for all the Triplets. As I mentioned, the last current household, Kaycee is not going to uni. That's not like what she wanted. She's deciding to kind of like figure it out on her own, what she wants to do, and move on with her life that way. Unbeknownst to everybody else, Kaycee's plan of moving on is girl, you need to brush your teeth. This keeps happening to me. I'm gonna zoom in on my Sims and they got bad teeth because they didn't brush them. We'll get her to brush her teeth in a minute. But anyway, unbeknownst to the rest of her family, she has been messing around with Kino's best friend Drayden, which has been like high-key inappropriate and very salacious. But now that she is a young adult, it's at least like slightly less creepy. Still creepy because we all know how it started. Very creepy still. So, but obviously because Kaycee, she started the relationship when she was still a teen. So she doesn't realize how like creepy it is that the way it started. And I think on some level she does, because she's been scared to tell her parents what's going on, specifically her mother, which, hello, we gave Kino another elder makeover. I said in the last current household that I wasn't really feeling the hair, and I really wasn't, so I switched it up and I gave her a little elder makeover because I switched up some other stuff. Miss Kino, she realized that she did not want to live out her oldies looking old, so she went in and used all the extra money that they got, because the fam is loaded. They make good money. So she went into the body shop that is the plastic surgery, got her booty filled back in, got some fat sucked out her middle, put that in her butt to put a little bit, itty bitty bit of fat in her lips to plump them out a little bit, because unfortunately Miss Kino has never been blessed with the supple lips, but she tried. But that is Miss Kino. But she, she's Kaycee's mostly afraid to tell her mom about this because Drayden's her best friend, and I think she doesn't know the whole history between Drayden and Kino, but she suspects that, there might be something there. In any case, she definitely does not want to tell Kino about what's going on between her and Drayden, and least of all, she does not want to tell her daddy, because, let's be honest, Kino would, be fitting to drag Drayden when she finds out, but Noah, he's gonna be fitting to kill somebody if he finds out. So yeah, and look, I did give Noah a little elder makeover too. Gave him some facial hair and cut his hair. Doesn't he look so good? And then you guys, we got some drama here with Camden. I'm not gonna tell you just yet, but let's just say that Caden and him are still, he's telling the story that him and Caden are still waiting for their acceptance to uni. but word on the curb is Caden already got his, and there's some drama around that. So we'll get to that in a minute. But Miss Kalani is outside sunbathing. She's naked because girl likes to have a suntan that has no tan line. So we're gonna go ahead and let Miss Kalani get dressed up, and then we will continue on with the episode, because you know we can't have her be running around all naked on this episode. So we will catch her when she gets done tanning. So Kalani got out of the pool, where she wasn't sunbathing in the pool, sorry. She was sunbathing on one of those loungers, and then she got a little hungry and got herself some grilled vegetables, but she saw Kaycee come over. She looked like she wanted to talk about something, so she's like, what's going on, sis? Like, what do you need? Like, you seem concerned. So Kaycee's like, hey, Connie, there's something I really wanted to talk to you about, and I don't know, it's kind of a big deal. And Connie's all like, sure, Kaycee, like, what's going on? Like, you seem a little bit, on edge here. And Kaycee's like, well, I'm seeing somebody right now that I'm, really crazy about. Part of the reason why I haven't really set any college plans or anything as far as my future is because I really see my future with this guy. And she's like, okay, like, I'm not seeing the issue, Kaycee. Like, what's the problem? It seems like you really like somebody and you want to make things official. There's nothing wrong with that. And Kaycee's like, yeah, that's how I feel about it, but honestly, it's the person that I'm concerned about. I don't know if the family will be on board with me being with them. And Connie's like, okay, like, who is it? Like, who are you seeing that you're serious about? And Kaycee's like, I mean, will you promise not to tell mom or dad, because this is like a big deal. Like, I don't want them to know just yet. Like, I'll tell you just to get a feel for how they'll take it, but like, this is serious, Connie. And Connie's like, sure, Kaycee, like, just tell me, like, who are you seeing? Like, I mean, I'm not seeing what could be a big deal about you just telling me who you're into. So Kaycee tells her, I mean, keep it to yourself for right now, but I'm kind of seeing mom's friend Drayden. And so Kalani's like listening to her, and she's like, I know this girl did not just say mom's friend Drayden. Like, mom's friend Drayden, who's as old as she is. That old dude, you seeing him? Like, what? And Kalani's like, Kaycee, you're not seriously saying mom's friend Drayden, are you? And she's like, I am. Like, we kind of, really started to feel one of each other at mom and dad's wedding. Like, we really connected spiritually, if you know what I mean. Like, my first like spiritual moment, Kalani. So Kalani's looking at her like, I know this girl did not just have her first woohoo with mom's old same age as her old friend Drayden. Like, what in the world? Like, Kaycee, what is going on? She says, Kaycee, I'm not judging, but I'm kind of judging. Like, what were you thinking? Why would you start a relationship with mom's friend Drayden? He's way older than you. Like, he's too old for you. And you mean to tell me you did all this at mom and dad's wedding? Like, Kaycee, you were still like a junior in high school when mom and dad got married. Like, what? I don't understand. And Kaycee's like, Kalani, you just don't understand. Like, him and I, we just really connected. Like, I've never had such a soul bonded connection with someone until I met Drayden. Like, he's my person. He's my one. Like, I think I'm in love with him. So Kalani just tries to go ahead and tell Kaycee point blank. She's like, look, I don't really necessarily agree with any of this. I think this is a bad idea, and I think you should date someone your own age. I think Drayden's way too old for you, and I think the whole relationship's highly inappropriate. And Kaycee's looking at her like, well, dang, sis, like, tell me what you really think. Like, geez. I came to you because I thought you would be, a confidant, but you're over here judging me. Look at her face right here. Sis is breaking out with a pimple on her nose. She's giving Rudolph, but it's okay. But like, Kalani's like, look, Kaycee, like, I'm telling, this is from me. This is your big sister telling you this, and I'm gonna tell you right now, me telling you this is gonna be way less rougher than mom and dad telling you this. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Mom and dad are not gonna be here for you dating, Uncle Drayden. It's not gonna work out. Like, they're gonna kill him. I'm gonna be honest. They will murder him. And so Kaycee's all like, wow, you're really making me feel better about this. And Kalani's like, look, Kaycee, like, I'm not here to sugarcoat this for you. This is what you're dealing with if you really want to be with Drayden. You tell mom and dad you're dating him, they will murder him. And she's like, okay, so like what, I keep this secret forever? And Connie's like, no, that will never work. You can't keep this secret forever. You're gonna have to tell them. But, you know, if you really want to be with him, if you take my advice, I say just dump him, because, you know, this is a bad idea. But, you know, if you really want to be with him, you have to tell them. I don't know how you're gonna make this better, but, you know, it's probably not gonna be. So Kalani is giving Kaycee a lot to think about. She's like, you know, sis, thank you for your perspective. This, I guess, kind of confirmed in my mind that telling mom and dad might be a bad idea. So she's over here thinking in her mind that, like, hey, I don't think it's a good idea for me to tell mom and dad during this trip that I'm dating Drayden, because, like Kalani said, they will probably kill him. So, but, and this has been something that's been, like, working in Kaycee's mind this whole time, because part of the other reason why she hasn't been wanting to, you know, nail down her after high school plans is because in her mind she wants to get married to Drayden and she wants to carry his child. She wants to be a mommy. So yes, this is like some young girl delusional fantasy she's holding in her head, but in her mind she's thinking, well, that's what I want anyway, and if I get married to Drayden and I'm carrying his child, there's no way mom and dad can kill him, because they'll be the father of their grandchild, and you know, that'll make everything right. So clearly she's not thinking straight, because that's a stupid idea. But, you know, like, in her mind, she thinks, oh, it's foolproof. I'll do that. It'll solve everything. Poor Kaycee. She is so... And Camden came over. He has no idea what's going on. He's like, I wonder what they're talking about. Poor little Camden. So Camden noticed Kalani's roommate and friend Raven, you know, lounging over here in the sand area, and he wanted to come over here and connect with her. So Camden and Raven have kind of had like a flirty thing going on, pretty much like not the same exact time, because he was like a senior in high school when it happened. So like shortly after the whole thing popped off with Drayden and Kaycee, Camden like developed a little crush on Raven, Kalani's, you know, uni roommate. And you know, Raven really hasn't, like, really entertained it a whole lot, because Camden was still in high school. He was a senior in high school, but he was still in high school. So she's like, I don't want to deal with Connie's, you know, kid brother, because, you know, he's kind of immature. He's still in high school. But she couldn't deny that she, you know, found him cute. So she's like, look, you know, maybe we'll talk and see how things go when you graduate. But things have kind of stayed flirty, and you know, they've gotten quite close. And now that, you know, Camden's graduated from high school and he's, you know, wanting to pursue uni, she's like, okay, well, let's talk about that. So Camden came over here to kind of, you know, see Raven. He's all like, you know, we haven't really had time to connect today, you know, how are you doing? She's like, I'm fine. This has been like a cool trip so far. And Camden's been keeping it cash with Raven because, you know, he's such a goofball, and that's something Raven hates about him. That's why she finds him a little immature, because she's like, you're always playing practical jokes. It's not funny. And he's all like, look, I'm sorry, but you know I am. But honestly, he's been trying to keep it light, because there he goes again. Like, what the heck, Camden? But anyway, he's been trying to keep it light because, you know, unbeknownst to everybody, Camden already got his uni results. And y'all, it was not a good look. If you guys follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, like I always say, follow me on Twitter. My handle is, it's at OBiGem. And if you follow me on Twitter, you probably already know what the deal is with Camden, but if not, I'm going to reveal it right now. Y'all, Camden did not get into uni. He didn't get into Foxbury, which was his first choice, and he didn't get into Brightchester. He got into nowhere. And honestly, I have been had the rejection letter mod in my game, and it's never, ever reared its head. Ever. Like, when I tell you that the way my game's set up, like, my sims just never end up getting rejected from nothing. Like, just to give you a prime example, Kalani spent most of high school, you know, flipping back and forth between an F and a D. I think she finished high school with a D average, and she got into uni. She got into uni with a distinguished degree. But Camden, I do believe, had a B average and somehow did not get into uni. So I do have a Deep Indigo's application overhaul in my game as well, so I'm thinking that probably factored into why he got rejected, because the way that mod works is that you have to fill out like different steps of the application process. You gotta write an essay, you gotta send transcripts, and you have to do the interview. And Camden was sick with mono the entire week. Like, he's just recovering from it now, but he went to his admissions interview sick and in an uncomfortable mood with mono, and I'm thinking that's why he didn't get into uni. I think he bombed the interview. But that being said, our poor boy Camden has been trying to hide the fact that he didn't get into uni. So he's been telling his parents and everybody that, oh yeah, just like Caden, I'm still waiting for my, you know, my admissions letter for acceptance. So he's biding his time because he knows that like Caden actually sent her application like a day or two after him. So he's all like, honestly, I only have till Caden, you know, gets her admissions letter before everyone's gonna find out that I didn't get it anywhere. So he's kind of not, he has no plan B after that. He's like, look, I can ride this out until Caden gets her admissions and just act like I didn't get mine yet. But right now he's like internally freaking out because Raven like is super proud of him. She's like, oh, he wants to go to uni and, you know, go on an athletic scholarship so he can, you know, do pro soccer. That's what he wants to do. And she's like, you know, maybe, you know, if you go into uni, you know, it'll show me that you're being more responsible and this, whatever we got going between us can go somewhere. So like, he's really only told Raven, he's like, yeah, I did all the process, I applied for my scholarships, it's just a waiting game. She's like, you know, I'm so proud of you, you probably got in, don't worry about it. But like, he's over here looking, you know, internally at himself like, I didn't get anywhere, and like, what's she gonna think of me if I have to tell her that I didn't get in anywhere? She's like, is she even gonna want to still date me? Like, what am I gonna do? And unbeknownst to Camden, like, Raven's been extra feeling him and feeling like he's really finally starting to grow up a little bit, and I kind of want to like take that next step with him, i.e. Camden has never, you know, done the deed with anybody at all, so if he does it with Raven, it'll be his first time. And of course he would definitely want to have his first time with Raven, and Raven's kind of like hinted that that could be in the cards, but she really had been wanting to do that during this trip. And so like with him telling her about uni and all that, it kind of like said, hey, maybe this is the moment, we should do it now. We've got this cute rental where like everybody's got, and I don't think I showed you guys, this is like a three little mini house vacation lot. This lot was made by Samari. She has a YouTube channel. That's where I first saw the speed build she did for this, and this is just so cute. If you guys do not follow Samari, follow her. She makes stunning cute builds. But you know, over here in this little tiny house, this is oh, look at them cuddling in bed. Noah and Kino's room is right there, and they have this rental house with the two youngest, so Kyler and then Kaylee over here are sharing that room. In the middle room, this is Camden and Raven's little rental, and there's like a bunk bed in here for Kaycee and Caden. Kalani said they could all invite a +1. As you guys all know, Kaycee did not invite her +1, which would have been Drayden, so she's sharing a room with her other triplet sister, so you know, that's them in there. And then on the end is Kalani and Adeline. I don't know why it's not showing them on this bed, but that's their bed. And in this bedroom back over here, does anybody have this room? I don't think so. I guess this is just an extra room in case they left this open in case, you know, Kaycee did have her +1 come or whatnot, because then, you know, they could, I guess, be in here or something. I don't know. But that's how the rental's set up. So since Camden and Raven have their own room, she's all like, well, you know, this could be the moment we could do it. So she's planning on asking, you know, Camden to do it today. So I'm gonna actually have her do it. She's gonna ask, and she's like, Camden, I'm so proud of you. Do you want to right now? Ooh, the way this hat is covering up her eyes, though. But she's gonna go ahead and do it. So Raven says, you know, Camden, I'm really proud of everything that you've been doing as far as your uni applications, and just seeing you in a new light has really convinced me that maybe we really should talk about us being more than just like a fling. And Camden's like, I mean, like, I would ever turn that down. I'm like, definitely, let's do it. So they're about to have this be their night. So who knows the ramifications of what this will lead up to if, you know, after Raven finds out what's really up with Camden, if she's gonna regret this, but it's too late now, it's in the works. So Camden's about to become a real man tonight, so we're gonna let Camden have that. Okay, y'all, I was gonna reconvene in the morning after, you know, this very eventful night, but little Miss Caden was so, you know, anxious to check her application status that she woke up super early in the morning. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning to check her status to see if it updated. And baby girl has gotten into university. She got into both Foxbury and Brightchester and into the distinguished degree program. So baby girl is gonna end up going to Foxbury because she wants to major in the science, and she wants, you know, the most prestigious degree she can get in the sciences. So I'm probably gonna have her major in health, sport, and performance science, or biology, I haven't decided yet, or environmental science, I don't know, whatever makes sense the most for veterinary sciences. In any case, baby girl is super excited, and that means that she's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell mom and dad and everybody tomorrow that I got into uni. And she's planning on she wants to tell Camden first, because she's gonna go and say like, hey Camden, you know, you should check your status because I just got, you know, my status for my application. And I think Camden's gonna have to, you know, baby boy's gonna have to figure this out, because this ain't looking too good for him. So it is the next morning, and the fam is all out by the pool, and Caden is just so excited because, you know, it took forever for her to get back to sleep last night because she's just been trying to tell somebody about, you know, the university application, how hers was accepted. And so when she sees Camden in the pool, she's like, perfect, I'll tell Camden first, because then, you know, I can get him to check his status and we can both celebrate together. So she's like, Camden, and she splashes him to kind of just like get him into a playful mood. She's like, guess what, Camden? Like, I just checked my application status, you know, early this morning, and guess who got into uni? And Camden's all like, what, you? And she's like, of course me, I got in. You should check your application status and see if you got in. And he's all like, Caden, actually about that. And she's like, what? And he's like, well, I already got my, you know, letter back in the mail, and don't tell anybody this yet, but I didn't get in anywhere. So Caden's like, what are you talking about, Camden? You didn't get in anywhere. Everybody gets in somewhere. And he's like, well, you know, not me. I didn't get in anywhere. And Caden's like, Camden, that's horrible. Like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know. I think I might have bombed my application in my admissions interview. And Caden's like, look, it's okay. Like, look, I won't tell mom and dad until you let me know that you know, figured out what you want to do, because I guarantee you mom and dad will be okay as long as you have some sort of plan B to back up this whole thing. He's like, you know, I'm thinking about it. I've been thinking about it. You know, just give me to the end of the day and I'll definitely have a plan B. Then you can tell mom and dad about your acceptance. And of course, Caden's like, it sounds like a plan, bro. Like, we could do that. And they both are like swimming to get out of this pool. But luckily he told her this while, you know, Raven's over here, you know, sleeping, because if Raven heard him say that he didn't get into university, I'm pretty sure she would have thought a second against what they did last night, because Camden went to sleep a boy and has woken up a man, because he had his first time with Raven last night, and it was a woohoo to remember. We'll say that. But anyway, he's gonna take the rest of the day to think about what he wants to do. Honestly, in my mind, for Camden, there's really only two options. He either reapplies or he figures out, you know, just going into the workforce and without uni. So before I had this episode, I actually flipped a coin to decide what. Oh, this shot's actually kind of funny looking. I'm gonna take a screenshot, but I flipped a coin to see, you know, what Camden's gonna do. Is he gonna reapply, or is he just gonna go straight into the workforce and figure out how to get into pro soccer without you know, being recruited from uni? And I did get the result of that coin flip, but we're probably not gonna find out the answer to that in this episode, so sorry about that, guys. But Camden, he's figured his life out. He's gonna, you know, let Caden know about what his plan is, but in the meantime, you know, Camden's getting it together. He's getting it together. But after they get, you know, their morning swim out the way, they're gonna head over to I almost said Saloni Fest. They're not going to Saloni Fest. They're going to the Jam Fest in Oasis Springs. That's where they're going, and then we're gonna just end on a moment there, and we'll call it a current household. So our girls are at the Oasis Summer Jam Fest, and they are ready to have their entire lives. So this festival is going to be going on from Friday through Sunday, so that's why they booked a 4-day vacay, and they just plan on having like the bestest time here. Just to give you guys like a pull out to show what this looks like, this is what it is. And if you guys did watch my video showing you guys how to have your own sim sessions all year round, this venue was actually made by the same person who made that Kalani Fest. A lot I showed off in that video, but this is kind of cool, right? I love it. So Kalani over here, she, you know, gave a lot of space to Adeline yesterday because she was kind of still steaming from how Everson cheated on her, but now she's like hoping to have a moment with her at this Oasis Jam Fest, because she's like, look, you know, Adeline really showed that she was ready to commit to me, so I want to show her that I'm ready to commit to her. So she's gonna do that. So Kalani comes up to Adeline. She's like, you look really good today, babe. And she's all like, thanks, Connie. Like, you look great too. And she's like, you know, I'm really glad that you came with me on this trip. It means a lot. I know you've been through a lot, especially, you know, with you finding out that Everson was being unfaithful to you. I know that probably stung, even though, you know, she's like, yeah, I know, I appreciate you not saying I told you so with that. And then she gets her a kiss. She's like, listen, there's something I've been wanting to ask you this entire trip so far, so I'm just gonna come out and just ask you right now. But, you know, with you being done with Everson officially now, would you want to be my girlfriend officially now? And Adeline's like, of course I would, Connie. I've just been waiting for you to ask me. And she's like, that's great. This is perfect. So Adeline and Kalani are now officially girlfriends. So I did lock that in for Kalani because she got the whim to ask Adeline to be her girlfriend yesterday. So I just locked it in. Funnily enough, Adeline got a whim too. Let me see if she still has it. She does. So Adeline got the whim to get engaged to Kalani. So I haven't locked this one in yet because I don't want the two of them to get engaged until they both have the whim to do it at the same time. As you can see, Kalani is not there yet, so they're not going to get engaged. Obviously, Adeline's always been more like marriage-minded than Kalani, because Kalani's kind of never been monogamous like that. But they are official, and it's super cute. We love to see it. I'm going to have her go ahead and just give her another kiss. But what do you guys think, you guys? I know there was a whole lot that happened during this current household for this go around, because I know last current household was a little more like uneventful, but for this one a lot has happened. So what do you guys think? What do you think about Kaycee, you know, being in a relationship with Keto's best friend Drayden? What do you think about Camden not getting into uni? What do you think about Camden losing his V card? And what do you think of Kalani and Adeline finally being official? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I will see you in the next one. Bye.